Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a beautiful Saturday, whatever you're up to, and I am back with my brand new challenge and I'm super duper excited. If you're just new here, my name is Laura, also known as xSimSugar, and I have been making YouTube videos for donkey's years, if donkey's years are a thing. And I love to tell stories with The Sims. I love The Sims 4, I love The Sims 3, I dabble in The Sims 2, and who can forget The Sims 1. So this is my brand new Let's Play and it's called the Happily Never Ever Challenge, which is a very twisted, dark Disney, but with a lot of laughs and hopefully some love in between. What I have done is I have put together a backstory because we are starting with this girl here to our right, Miss Cinderella, and she's there with her two ugly sisters, ugly by heart, maybe not by appearance, Drizella and Anastasia, and currently Anastasia is having a go at Cinderella about something. She's always having a go at her about something. So we will come back to these girls, but what I want to do first of all is give you a bit of Cinderella's backstory and then bring you back to me and I can explain a bit about where we're going with this challenge. It is a fairly long backstory, but it is good and I did work hard on it so that I could give you some real feels because it's all about connecting with the characters, and I think if you watch this, you will hopefully get as connected as I have. And it is the lovely April, aka Sims3simbiote, who has done the voiceover for me because her voice is just far nicer than mine. And I thought if you're going to listen to something for 5 minutes, you'd prefer to listen to hers. So I'll let you watch that, and then I'll bring you back and I'll tell you where we're going from here.
Our tale begins, as the best stories often do, with love. Richard and Katerina Tremaine's love, to be precise. He was handsome and she beautiful. Newlywed, their ceremony had been a small and intimate affair, for they were both orphans. Mother Ella, the nun who raised them at the orphanage, Gus, the cook, and efficient Father Maloney were the only ones in attendance. However, Richard and Katerina felt not a single absence. "Mourn you not," Richard said. "Our affection is greater than that of 1,000 guests." Madly in love and full of hope, they dreamt of raising a large family on a fabled isle which lay far, far away. So, with their life savings in pocket, and otherwise only the clothes on their backs, they purchased one-way tickets on a ship bound for their promised land, Windenburg, an island so rich, thriving, and verdant that settlers flocked to its shores from all over the world. They built a house at the end of a gold-glimmered beach. The abode was small, but it was theirs. They were happy. Richard entered into politics and, ever ambitious and cheerful, climbed the ladder quickly to become mayor of Windenburg. This brought wealth, and they soon found themselves saying goodbye to their tiny love shack to move to a bigger home closer to his workplace. Katerina was passionate for painting. She spent her days capturing the beauty around her, lush green hills, sapphire seas frothed in white crests, and explosions of cheery wildflowers in every imaginable color. Her dream was to open her own gallery someday. One morning, Katerina found herself feeling sick and overly tired. Certain she'd had enough rest, she went to her doctor, who smiled and relayed, "Mrs. Tremaine, you are not ill. You are pregnant." A baby. She was going to have a baby. Katerina was overjoyed. How wonderful, she thought. Not long after, Katerina gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, with eyes clear and blue as a cloudless cornflower sky on a shimmering summer's day, and hair the color of wheat in sunshine. They named her Cinderella in honor of the nun who raised them. The Tremaines had it all, yet stayed humble and kind, always helping local charities, and Katerina volunteered at the local orphanage. The town loved them for it, and wanted to show it officially. In great trust, they gave unto Richard and Katerina the titles of Lord and Lady. Cinderella grew, prospered, the apple of her parents' eyes. They doted, devoted to her every need. One night, Katerina received a call from the orphanage. They needed her right away, and even though it was 3 a.m. and raining heavily, she dressed quickly, left a note on Richard's bedside table, and planted a kiss on Cinderella's sleeping head before sweeping quietly into the heavy dark. Katerina never returned. Richard was devastated. He searched tirelessly and everywhere for his love, refusing to believe that she would leave them as the authorities insisted. More puzzling even is that the orphanage denied ever calling Katerina on that tragic night. Richard told Cinderella that her mother was aiding the orphanage they grew up in and would be away for a time. But then Katerina's body washed up on the beach near their old home, and he couldn't hide the truth from the child any longer. The police said there was no foul play. Katerina simply drowned. Cinderella was bereft and miserable, and Richard fell into a deep depression. However, his love for his daughter pulled him through, and he began steadily reconstructing their life. After a few years, just as Cinderella blossomed into a teenager, Richard felt it would benefit her to have a motherly figure and confidants around, so he married the widow Tarby, and she brought her 2 daughters. Her father didn't see it, but Cinderella soon learned. To the outside world, her father's new wife was kind and charming, but inside her heart was black as char. Widow Tarby resented the fact that Richard would never love her as much as he loved Cinderella, and her hatred of the younger woman grew. Widow Tarby, now the Lady Tremaine, was careful to hide her dislike of Cinderella, always waiting till Richard was away on business before unleashing the beast inside and making Cinderella's life miserable. For all my thought, child, I just can't see the point of you. Cinderella loved her father, wanted him to be happy and to never feel the pain of losing his wife again. So she stayed quiet, kept her head down, and planned her future. Not long after he and the widow wed, Richard became ill. His doctors couldn't tell what was wrong with him, and Cinderella felt helpless, watching the healthy, happy dad she knew weakened and wasting. He died several weeks later, leaving Cinderella heartbroken. Legally, she had a mother, but in her heart she was an orphan. In grief, she turned to her stepmother and sisters for comfort, but there was none. Now they were free to unleash their fathomless cruelty without concern for consequences, and that power was exercised as efficiently and surely as the sun rises and sets. Lady Tremaine took all of Cinderella's belongings and divided them between her 2 daughters. She disparaged Cinderella and forced her to work as their maid. And here our story continues. But this is not the fairy tale you've come to expect, for this world is not all it seems. And whilst we all wish for an ending marked in happily ever after, it may unfold, unending, into happily never after.
Alrighty guys, so that is that. I hope that you enjoyed that, and that gives you a bit of a backstory to Cinderella. And I did play through from her mother and her father, so it is a genuine progression, and I love her already, even though I know that her future is not bright. I love her already, and I think we're going to have so much fun doing it a bit differently. So just to quickly explain, we are doing a 10 generation Disney challenge, starting with Miss Cinderella, as we have seen here, and we are mixing it up quite a bit. There's loads of different challenges out in the community. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get her to plant her seeds actually. You can stop shouting at her for 2 seconds, because Cinderella has had everything taken away from her. Everything, which we'll go into in a minute, but she was left some seeds by her mum, which the Lady Tremaine is quite happy to let her grow, because she says that she'll be taking all Cinderella's freaking money, but we will see about that. So let's go ahead, because it'll be Cinderella that's selling them, so really the Lady Tremaine will have no idea what she's selling it for. So let's quickly do this. Now, all the rules and everything to the challenge will be on my website. Oh, Cinderella's really angry from the aggravating conversation. All the rules and everything to these challenges will be put on my website. Now, although it's a challenge, it's definitely going to be story driven, as is always with me. So basically what I've done is I've taken different challenges that exist in the community today and mixed them all up, add extra bits and add different rules. I don't know whether you could say that was me creating my own challenge, if I'm taking bits from here, there and everywhere. I don't really know what the legalities of that would be. However, I've mixed it all up a little bit, and I will credit every single person who has inspired me to do parts of the challenge. So it's a 10 generation legacy for Disney, and where I got the idea of making it a bit dark is from a poster on Mod The Sims called Royalty Eye. And he or she, I'm not entirely sure, had given this idea of having Disney but everything going wrong type thing. I don't like to make everything go wrong all the time, so that's not what's going to happen here. There's going to be some really happy moments, but there's also going to be some really twisted moments. Now, Cinderella, there is a few rules for her generation. Now, you will see with Cinderella's traits, let's have a look here. What I'll actually do, let's take her into Create a Sim. Let's do that. Let her plant her little flower. You plant your little flower and then water them. You'll see that she's creative, she's good, and she's alluring. In the original, and she's having a rebellious streak at the moment. She's just having a childhood phase. In the original Disney Legacy, she had to have the neat trait. But I honestly thought that it was just going to be too easy to do the neat trait, so I decided against that. Again, good thing, it's my own sort of challenge. But I am going to put up the rules that I'm going to be adhering to the first 2 generations, because that's all I've done so far. I've done Cinderella and I've done Snow White. Snow White will be Cinderella's child and will be a runaway teen. Now, I don't know if you guys want a teen pregnancy in that, or whether you just want a kind of standard runaway teen. We can do whatever you guys want, and that's the beauty of designing this ourselves. And I say ourselves because it is all about you guys and me creating this hopefully 10 generation family. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get Cinderella to go in and plan her outfit so we can see the girls and her up close and personal. So just some of the rules that we're going to be facing. So if you want to do this challenge along with me, feel free. You can begin Cinderella's life as a child or a teenager, but her parents now must be dead. Now you can play through with them from the start, or you can kill them off. It's really up to yourself. But when you start the actual challenge, she must be a teenager living with Lady Tremaine and the Ugly Sisters. I've put a trait table on my website of what they need to be, so you can refer to that. Cinderella must cook all of the meals. So the easiest way to do that is to lock the doors to the kitchens to everybody bar her, which is what I've done. Meals must be served 3 times a day. 1 before she goes to school, as soon as she comes home from school, and after 6 o'clock, and she cannot eat with family. Oh no. Okay, so this is our Cinderella. She also must do all the chores, the repairs. She can't hire a butler, a maid, or a repairman. Things freaking suck for Cinderella. And she's also living in a basement, which I will show you. And there is also rules for the basement. Now, because we have the Parenthood pack, there is extra bits that you can add in if you want to give yourself an extra challenge. Now, you're probably saying, well, this is just kind of similar, Laura, to the Cinderella challenge. So where are we going here? So basically, Cinderella does not get her prince. Her prince is stolen away from her by someone else in the town, which leads to Cinderella having a breakdown. And then once she has the breakdown, she gets the insane trait. Bless her freaking heart. And then what we are going to be doing is, the rule is she must become best friends with Prince Charming's wife. She must then seduce Prince Charming and have at least 1 child with him while he is still married to her best friend. And then then you've got an option. This is, if you're playing it along, we've also got an option how dark we want to take this. We can kill her. We can kill Charming's wife, because I have a mod that allows me to do that. Or we can just get rid of her some other way. You guys decide. So kill, not kill, up to you. And move in with Charming and get married. And again, there's more. So she gets her man, but just in a really dark way. And then things start to happen down the line, which leads to Snow White. But we will get there, guys. I don't want to give away all the storylines and all my ideas in the first episode. And we will be playing with the Ugly Sisters. We will be playing with them, but not Lady Tremaine. Lady Tremaine can go about and do whatever she wants. She can interact with us, but we are not going to be controlling her. And Cinderella is definitely a downtrodden little girl. It's a shame. It's awful. She loved her dad and her mum so much. She's got the soulmate aspiration. She is creative and she is good. When she goes into an adult, she must, if you've got the Parenthood pack, she must change it to the super parent aspiration, and we can go from there. Now, since Daddy died, they took everything off her, all her clothes. They left her with 1 nice dress so she could wear it to school so that she doesn't attract attention. But pretty much that is all she has. She has nothing else. For her formal wear, she's got this grotty old t-shirt. That's all she's got. She's got this random thing going on here. But, you know, she wouldn't want to be seen out in that. Again, the grotty old t-shirt, party wear the same, and then for her swimwear, she's got this, which was her mum's swimsuit. If you've seen that in the backstory, you'll see it was her mum's swimsuit. So that is our Cinderella, and she is beautiful. I really like her. I think she's gorgeous. Even when she's got makeup on, she's even more stunning, and I really do feel for her. But she is basically our founder sim, and I freaking love her. I truly do. And so your ugly sisters. So we have Drizella here. Drizella, who is public enemy number 1, or wants to be, and she's dastardly. She is evil and she is mean. Now, I wouldn't say they are particularly ugly sisters, but they do look quite harsh, and really it's modern day Cinderella, so they're not ugly on the outside, really. I mean, she's not ugly, that would be unfair, but they are absolutely ugly on the inside. And out of the two sisters, Drizella is absolutely, without a doubt, the worst. So that she's got a couple of different outfits, of course, because I mean they're allowed to have it. Cinderella's kicking about in absolute rubbish. So that's her formal wear. Athletic wear. Sleep wear is just a robe. Party wear, as you can see, she likes colour green. And her swim wear, that is Drizella. And then Anastasia wants to be a chief of mischief. She's jealous and she is also mean, but she's not evil, and that's something to keep in mind about Anastasia. She has got tadpole eyebrows. That's what I call them when they're a bit big and then go thinner. I actually think she is quite a pretty sim. But like I say, she's not nice on the inside. And she likes the colour red, as you will see from the outfits that we have chosen for her. That's really random. I didn't have that on her, but I'm going to go with it anyway because it actually looks quite funny. And then the evil, Miss Evil Knievel, the lady Tremaine, who is the boo hiss. We don't like her. We don't like her at all. Look at that face when you just want to punch it. And she has the mansion baron aspiration. She's a snob, she's materialistic, and she is evil. So she's a pretty horrendous person all round. This is her formal wear. Yeah, everything's dark, apart from her athletic wear because she never works out. That is her sleepwear, her party wear, and then her swimwear. So that is them up close and personal. So, the house, let me tell you this. So the first part, guys, is always very much just getting bedded in, getting settled in, getting to know the characters, getting to know where we are. It's always relaxed, and then we get into the sort of gameplay. But I really hope that you will like this challenge and stick with me because it's going to be so much fun. So this is the house. It is called A Large Family House, and I downloaded it from the gallery, and it's freaking beautiful. It's such a nice house, and basically it has the bedrooms. Now, Drizella and Anastasia, when they moved in, they basically decided that they were going to take 2 of the bedrooms and make them their own. So this is Anastasia's bedroom. Everything's gold, very glamorous, very creepy, let's be honest. It's not the nicest of rooms. She's got a freaking gargoyle, guys, but and then she's got these creepy paintings on the wall. Yeah, she's not a vampire, but you know, they may as well be. And this is Drizella's room. It's all purple and really just like a whore's boudoir. Excuse my language, but it's basically what it looks like. And this is her bedroom, and the door is locked so no one can get in there. I mean, she's even got vines growing on her walls, guys. Lady Tremaine's bedroom is still as it was when her and Daddy Tremaine were together, so that's not been changed. Cinderella did have this bedroom. This is how Cinderella started. She started in this beautiful, cute, lovely bedroom made lovingly by her mother and father. And now, guys, Cinderella is reduced to this. This is it. This is what our poor girl is reduced to. So she is reduced to a crappy little cot. She is reduced to an oil lamp. What she does have is this painting, which was made by her mum, made by Katerina Tremaine. So this was made by, she's very angry. Oh, she stopped again. This was made by her mum, this one here. So it's very special to her. She has a few from her mum, which she has managed to keep away from the horrible Lady Tremaine. She did manage to get it from her before she could steal it from her. And she has got her mum's art easel there as well, and she started painting herself, and she's made a small classic painting. Now if you do decide to do this challenge with me, you do have to put it in the cellar, a bare cellar, no floor, no wallpaper, nothing like that, and she can't get anything for her room unless she earns it, so by painting or by gardening or anything like that. And this is her mother and father's urns. And that's her mama and her dad, and oh God, I love them, I do. And there we go, our family tree starts with the Katrina Tremaine, death by drowning, and Richard Tremaine, death by overexertion. You can take from that what you wish, but the Lady Tremaine was definitely exerting him. Now Cinderella must get an A in school, so we need to get her to do her, let's do extra credit work. She's actually outside doing her little project, which is awesome. I actually really like I love the Parenthood pack, guys. I don't know what you think, but I absolutely love the Parenthood pack. I love the fact that they've got these wee school projects and stuff. She's going to do extra credit work, and then I'm going to get her to work carefully on this. But yeah, this is our girl, and this is where our story begins. But yeah, so she's got this garden here, so anything she sells from this is going to be her money, so we'll keep note of it. And then any paintings that she has and sells is going to be her money as well. And then we'll start to build up this cellar here. Lady Tremaine won't come into the cellar. She basically said you can rot down there for all I care. Like she can't stand the sight of her, as you can see from the relationship panel. She despises Cinderella, which is quite sad, really, because when you look at Cinderella's relationship one, she doesn't really despise her. She dislikes her for being horrible to her, but she doesn't despise her. She loved her dad. And for as horrible as they are to her, she doesn't really dislike Anastasia or Drizella that much either. Whereas, look at Anastasia, Drizella, she detests her, likes her sister, loves her mother and her are like cohorts in evilness. Anastasia, interestingly enough, is not too keen on her own mother, which makes me laugh. And she's not really that bad with Cinderella either, and she's not too fussed about Drizella, so I don't know, Anastasia's the kind of dark horse in this whole thing. You know, I don't know if she's as bad as what history makes out. But yeah, so Cinderella. So with regards to getting a bit of revenge on the both of them, one of the optional challenges that you can do, and we don't have to do this, you can tell me what you think, but one of the optional side quests, if you choose to accept it, because basically what I've done is I've got your main quest and then we side quests if you choose to go ahead with it. But one of the side quests is for Drizella and Anastasia to both get boyfriends, and for Cinderella to steal them from behind their back as her bit of revenge. So it's like a revenge plot against them, so to break their heart in a way that they do not know. So let me know if you want to do that. I think that would be quite fun, to be honest, but I think that would be fun. And what I have done as well, guys, is I have replaced all the families in the town with your guys' Sims. I did ask on Twitter for usernames, and I went in and I basically, everyone that replied to me on Twitter now has a family in this town, and we've totally redone it with lots and things like that. So I spent a lot of time redoing it all, just so that it's a bit more interesting than seeing Bella Goth just running about. So where's the Lady Tremaine? She's feeling a bit sad because obviously she's lost her husband. Yep, so sorry about that. So this is the Lady Tremaine, and she is currently trying to do the dishes. No, you cannot do the dishes. Only Cinderella can do those dishes. So put them down, put them down, put them down, put them down, please, lady. Yes. I can't even control her, so I can't make her go away, but she can do that. Cinderella, if you want to come and do this, my darling, when you clean up, I know that you're probably like, oh, again, it's all I ever do with my life. And Anastasia's getting a call from Richard. I have just got to get back into exercising. Do you want to come and be my gym buddy? No. Let's not. So Cinderella needs a toilet. She's going to quickly do up those dishes though. Hopefully she can do that before she pees herself. We have a sink in the kitchen, but she's just decided to cut corners and go to the bathroom. Go here then. And also, because of the Parenthood pack, there is additional challenges as well to have for Cinderella to have 3 out of 5 good character values, and to make sure that Drizella and Anastasia have 3 of the bad ones. As you can see, Drizella, just from growing from a child into a teenager, has already got the insensitive trait. Not too good with conflict resolution either, manners or emotional control. She has got responsibility, which is interesting. Okay, so where do you go now? You have left your diary on the table. You're lucky that no one can actually get in here. So why don't you put that, let's hide your journal. Now, I've not actually hid the journal before. Can they actually find it? Well, obviously they'll find it again, but where is she actually hiding it? Like, what's she doing with it? Let's clean these up. Do we have anything else that we need to clean up before bed? Let's put an inventory. No, not an inventory. Put them in the fridge. Put them in the fridge, my sweetheart. Yes, let's put them away. So in the next episode, I think what we'll do is we will go out onto the town. We will see what townies we have. We'll get them to meet some people. They already know some people, but they know the old people before I kicked everyone out. So it'll be good to get to meet some of the new Sims that we have got, and let Cinderella's revenge plan come into effect. She wants to yell at Drizella and get them hooked up and then break their hearts. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope you're excited for the challenge. What have we got in here? We have got some Chinese takeout, we've got some pizza, orange juice, milk and soda. Well, if that is not the refrigerator of kings, I don't know what is. But I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope you're excited for the challenge, and we're in it for the long haul, guys. If you like it, we are in it for the long haul. And please check the description down below for all of the credit to the original challenges that I'm taking, that I'm basically taking and making my own. And please go to my website, go to my website and check out the full rules there for yourself as well. And we will update them as we go. But I love you so much, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button if you're excited about the challenge, and I shall speak to you in my next video. Bye, guys.